All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to go ahead and begin this press conference. We call this press conference to update the media on what is taking place with the animals that were brought into our shelter on Sunday night from Powell Street. And also, we understand this bit has already been in the media play, but there's always two sides to the story. And we are here today solely to clarify why we do what we do, and basically it is to follow the procedures and process outlined in state law and our parish ordinance and our policies. And the welfare of the animal is our utmost concern, but certainly let us give you an update on our process and where this issue stands today. And after me speaking will be Commissioner Bowman. Commissioner Bowman is the chairman of our Animal Services Advisory Committee from the Commission. Then also Director Harris will be giving us an update on the policy procedures and dealing with situations like this, because we deal with a lot of situations like this. And then also with accompanying Mr. Everett Harris is our veterinarian, one of two of our veterinarians, Dr. Bishop, she's here. We have also Dr. Sears, who's on our staff, and they're in the shelter every week, throughout the week. So at this time, Commissioner Bowman will make some comments, and then followed by Director Harris.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out. Again, my name is Gerald Bowman. I am the commissioner as well as chairperson for the Animal Services and Welfare Committee. Over the time, I just want to let you know that I am always and we are always in support of the public and the welfare, not only of the public safety, but also as what I like to call our companions, because they're not just animals, they're companions, and to a lot of us, they're our family members, they're our sons and daughters. So there is an invested interest in making sure, especially with this situation, in lieu of the concerns, we received emails. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you. Anytime, whether it's on this matter or any matter, always let us know what your concerns are, because sometimes if we don't know, we learn by way of your communication. So, but I do want you to know that we are moving fast, and I don't want to thank you, but I want to thank Caddo Animal Services as well as Pet Savers Group, along with the citizens, because it's going to take a unified effort for us, you all. And we're all going to have to be, it's not a wrong side, it's a right side. It's the what's best for our animals, what's best for their safety and welfare. And so at the moment, I just know that we're going to make sure that we continue with the rehabilitation for the care of those animals. They cannot be released at the moment until that care and whatever with the parasites and heartworms are done. And I'm sure Director Harris will explain that in detail. But my main thing, I just want us to know that we are closely working together. I implore and ask that each of you continue to reach out, not just for this situation, but anything, so we can continue to move forward in the progressive area. You know, we hear the saying sometimes that it takes a village to raise or rear a child. But as far as I'm concerned and we're concerned, it's going to take not only that, it's going to take a village to also take care of our animals. And it's also going to take us as a village together in Shreveport Caddo to continue to be progressive and productive by sticking together with this. But not only that, sometimes we have to, it takes, if you look at the word community, in that word community, we have unity. So in order we continue to be a community is that we're going to always have to be united. Of course, there are going to be differences in which we will agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, as long as we're doing what's right and we're answering your needs and concerns for the welfare, and I do believe in this situation thus far that is being done, and they will address this later. But again, I just want to thank you, and if you have any questions or anything afterwards, we will meet, and if you want to express that with the Animal Services Committee meeting, we will meet next month. Again, I thank you all for your time. I thank you all for your concern, and please continue to call and visit us for anything that we're doing and that we need to continue doing. But right now. And thank you, administration. I also thank you, Director Harris, for your impeccable service with jumping on this once we receive calls. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. The animals that are in question came into our care Sunday night. So what we did is we started the process of getting them treated. We met with our veterinarians the next day around 2 o'clock and started looking at the animals to determine what's actually going on with the animals. The protocols that we have established is that when we see these typical situations and they come in, we don't create them, we respond to them. So what we need the public to understand is that this is a difficult situation for everyone that's involved, and that we don't have any personal gain or anything in these animals other than to make sure that they're properly cared for. So I just want you to understand that we're trying everything in our power to make sure that these animals are comfortable and that they find companions for life. That's our goal. And we never said one time, I've never stated that they would not be rescued. I said that they would be either rescued or adopted. So once they're cleared by our veterinarians, we will get them out there, because right now we have a lot of agencies that are calling, asking to get these animals from out of town as well as in town. So we will make a determination to get them to a suitable place so that they can live out their lives or find companions for life. So that's where we are. You know, this is a situation where a gentleman was basically overwhelmed. He did not have the financial means to care for the animal through the veterinarian care. It's a sad situation, because when we try to understand why do people do things that they do, you have to look at it from different viewpoints. This is just a difficult situation. And when we talked with the gentleman, he really cared for his animals. He loved his animals. He just didn't understand why they weren't putting on weight. He just really did not understand that. And when you understand how heartworms work, hookworms, whipworms, and these type of internal parasites.
The dogs have all of that?
Sir, I'm trying to address the concerns. But
I'm sorry?
let me finish what I'm saying, and once the press conference is over,
So you will answer questions afterwards?
once the press conference is concluded, I'll be more than happy to meet with anyone and talk with them. I'm located at 1500 Monty Street. I've already met with you several times concerning other situations, and I have no problem with answering any questions.
But you want to answer questions in a back and forth right here on camera?
We're having a press conference, sir,
I understand.
and we're updating you on what's going on. Once the press conference is concluded, I will be more than happy to meet with any one of you at 1500 Monty Street.
So you call the police on me again?
Okay,
This is definitely telling both sides of the story, really it is.
This is a press conference to get y'all informed of what is happening with these two dogs. My name is David Cox. I'm a Caddo Parish Commissioner, District 10. I'm here for two reasons. One, to find out what the situation was. Two, to see if we can solve the problem. Okay, you can shake your head, but the press conference will go on without interruption. Afterwards, if you want a question, the gentleman has already told you we will stay after and answer questions. That's how this is going to work. If
You
not,
said here, or we
if
go back to
not,
Caddo Animal Control?
if not, we'll call this press conference over. Plain and simple.
So without answering the
Thank
questions,
you. We're going to do this press conference. He's going to give you the information you need. Afterwards, we will get with you
Excuse me.
individually. Excuse me. This is a press conference. We will answer questions after the press conference is over, either right here or at his office.
Why not
I
on
think
camera,
this is the
though?
problem we run into.
Why not on
always,
camera? Answer the
it's
questions on
just
camera.
y'all wanna
And how do you know what I
dictate
need?
what's going on. I don't
Pardon me for the
understand why we can't
interruption.
answer.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Maybe if the press answered questions, y'all would answer those, or is it just closed to
What?
nobody but y'all?
No, sir, this is what's going on currently. First, it's an update on the animals' situation and how they are right now, what's going on. And just to go ahead and answer your question, yes, sir, all three of those things are currently what's wrong with those two animals. And that, of course, takes a 60 to 90-day period in order for them possibly to even get done. But it can move faster. The whole point is we're just doing the update first. to let you know the condition of the animals, and then we'll move forward once he finishes his statement and answer questions or anything else afterwards. Because again, we're here to serve the public, and you are the public, and that's what we're going to do. Just be patient with us and let him do his update, and then we'll move from there.
Will the questions be answered on camera, is what we want to know.
I don't see why they would not be.
Well, they just said that it would be
That's
after
good,
the
yeah,
press
thanks.
conference.
Okay, but the press conference specifically itself, this is just for an update on the welfare of the animals.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, as I was stating that the animals are being cared for at Caddo Parish Animal Services. We do have a proper plan in place. Veterinarians have looked at the animals. The animals are very comfortable. They are positive for heartworm. They have hookworms, and they have whipworms. We've started them on a treatment. We're going to continue to get them on puppy food right now to try to get some protein back in their bodies. It will take a while for these animals to put on weight. We know that we're not the long-term solution, so we will be working with local rescue groups that we see will be in the best interest of the animals to continue the long-term care. What we're doing initially is putting on what the animals need so that we can minimize the cost to the rescue agencies. So you may not understand or agree with that, but that's what we have to do. We see these animals come into our organization on a daily basis. We average about 850 animals coming in every month. There's no public outcry when those additional 800 animals come into our shelter. Nobody's there crying for those animals. We have 15 animals right now for rescue that none of you out there are trying to get. So it's just that these two animals are pulling on everybody's heartstrings, and I ask that you please be patient because we truly care about these animals. We don't create these situations, we respond to them. And all I'm asking you to understand is that this is a difficult situation for everybody that's involved. And all I want to do is make sure that the animals are cared for and that they're treated. That's it. And they find a home that they can live out their lives. It's just that plain and simple. We don't try to get emotional about the situation because we deal with it every day. If only the public could see how many animals come into our doors, they'd be appalled. For you to sit up here and cast stones at me as if I'm doing something wrong, I don't agree with that. I have a difficult job. And I take pride in my job. But I want you to understand that I truly care about these animals. This is a personal mission for me, is to make sure that these two animals are well cared for. I understand that there's a lot of people want to get involved with them. But I beg and plead that you come down and assist us with the additional animals that we currently have in the shelter. This is going to take a community to solve this. We don't manufacture animals. These animals come in from the communities. So if you want to help us that way, because that's what it's going to take. And we will definitely see this through. We will get past this, and we will hold people accountable for their actions. But the main thing we need to do in our public is to educate our people on their animals. We need to spade and neuter. We need to do everything possible so that we don't create the revolving door that happens at Caddo Parish Animal Services. So I appreciate every one of you for your concerns, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you as we move forward to make sure that these animals receive the best possible care as we move forward. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, press, that concludes the press conference. That's what we wanted to meet here today, to give you an update on what we're doing with these animals in question. And like Director Harris said, we have a large and enormous problem. We had one situation a couple of weeks ago.
I thought we was gonna hear from the vet.
So that,
That you said we were gonna hear from the vet.
Dr. Sage, you want to come on? Come on up, Sage.
I had a question that
Sir,
treats
let her talk.
Okay.
Let her talk.
Hold on.
Yeah, my part in this, I was the first veterinarian that examined these two pit bulls, and they came in on Monday afternoon to just give you an overall what the animals are: two male intact pit bulls between the ages of 4 and 6 years. They both are heartworm positive, and they both have hookworms and whipworms. They are malnourished, and however, I'd consider them in fair condition. I think that they will be able to be successfully treated. They're not showing some of the advanced signs of heartworms, and the heartworm regimen that we use when we do treat dogs for heartworms at Caddo Parish is the same regimen that's used, that's recommended by the American Heartworm Society. So you can go on their website. They have a very good website and could actually maybe be used for some continuing education for those of you that are interested in educating the public about this. The animals, we've started the worming process. We've started to initiate the beginning of their heartworm treatment. It requires giving them initially a heartworm preventative, and then we start with doxycycline for a month, and then after that is when they actually receive the malarsamine, which is the imidacide that you're familiar with. It's the only FDA-approved drug for heartworm treatment, adulticide treatment of heartworms. And so that's the regimen. They won't receive those injections till a month after they've been on the doxycycline. So there's a veterinarian that's at Caddo Parish 4 days a week in the afternoons. So if anyone had a question, concerning what did my animal receive, if you adopted an animal, you need to know what vaccines they received or what worm or et cetera, then you're welcome to call. And we will speak to you if you'd like. I thank you, everyone that's here, that's interested. Veterinarians love to see people that are want to see improvements in our shelter, because it is a community effort and we just need your help. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bishop.
Thank you, Doctor.
I appreciate the comments.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Thank you, Doctor.
Certainly, hope you've been updated on the actual, what's going on with the animals. It's going to be not a quick fix, but one that will take several, maybe a couple of months, 2 or 3 months to resolve with the animals. First, Dr. Bishop. So certainly, we are going to do the best we can. Like Director Everett Harris said, we don't want to keep the animals. We have 200. And we're trying to find homes for the 200. So,
Are all 200 of those being treated for heartworms if they're
No, ma'am.
heartworm positive?
no, ma'am.
Do-
We'd
do
love
you
to make it
treat-
198 for you.
do you
I
treat-
promise you we
That's
would.
what we want. See, this is what it's about.
Do you treat all the animals at the shelter
Right.
for heartworms?
Ma'am.
That's what I'm asking. I mean, I just
Usually, well, I'm not down there, so let me defer that to someone who does work every day.
It's right behind you.
My question to the vet would be,
Okay, all right.
How can it
Okay,
be safe?
Mr. Harris will answer that question for you as soon as we adjourn the
thank
press
you.
conference. All right. Any media concern? All right.
I do have questions, but
Yeah.
they can wait.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Well, thank you all for coming today, and certainly, hopefully, you've been informed of what's actually taking place. And again, it's our desire not to keep these animals, but to make sure they get the proper care, which is being done, and then find an adoption or rescue for these animals, so that we can have 2 less than the 200 that we have every day. All right?
The veterinarian.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Angie Tassio, and I am involved with a lot of rescue in the rescue community, not with any particular rescue. And I was just wondering why these 2 dogs, because it seems that I've seen a lot of dogs in the same situation. And the ones that you refer to that we don't care about, we actually network those out to rescues all over the country. Okay, we send those to everyone that we can think of, that we can Google. Why these 2 dogs do you want to hold back? There was dogs not too long ago on Wyandotte, you said you made 18 calls there. The dogs weren't seized. Why these 2?
Okay, ma'am, I didn't state that you didn't care. I said, where is the public outcry? I just want to make sure you understand that we clarify what we're saying. When you talk about different scenarios, our officers respond to over 15,000 calls for service a year. So we see these particular cases come across on a regular basis. It's not these 2 dogs that we're isolating and saying these particular 2. What we're looking at is we see dogs come in every day. You're just noticing these 2.
Yes, sir, I noticed them all.
No, we noticed
I could
them.
drive around that neighborhood.
No, ma'am.
In his
Let me
shelter.
answer the question. Let me
In his
answer.
shelter.
I'm saying.
No, you just said I'm only
I said,
concerned
you're
about these
noticing,
two.
no, I
That's not
didn't,
true.
ma'am, I didn't say you were
That's what you
concerned.
said.
I said, you're noticing these 2, is what I said.
I noticed them
But
all.
we see it on a daily basis. And that's what I'm saying. We're not doing anything different than
But
we
we're
normally
saying
do on a
we see
daily
it on a
basis.
daily basis too, and we call animal control, and we don't get a response for days
Ma'am,
at a time. Animal control has told us several times that they would.
Ma'am, this is about the 2 dogs that's in question.
But you're talking about
all the other
everything
dogs that we
else.
don't The whole thing. I'm letting you know
Okay,
we
all right,
absolutely do see those dogs.
Okay, I have a question though about these 2 dogs for the veterinarian.
Before this goes any further, the press conference is over. And if you want to ask us any questions, we'd be glad to do it, but we don't want to get into no long, drawn-out argument that's not going to help anybody.
Why can't it be a
May I
question
ask
and
a
answer
question
right
to the
here?
veterinarian,
You at
please?
least
Instead
answered
of-
the question that you told me you were gonna answer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we meet once a month with the Animal
But
Services
you
Committee.
just told me that he was gonna answer my question.
These dogs are suffering now.
Why can't he answer the question?
He doesn't want to answer it on camera.
Why not? Why is it important for him not to answer it on camera?
Do you want to answer or do you want theatrics?
I don't.
Well, we're getting theatrics.
Yeah, we're getting
No,
theatrics.
we are getting theatrics.
Again,
From the
Dr.
shelter.
Wilson, again, I don't want to interrupt because I want to make sure we stay on the update of these animals, but I also want to make sure beyond this, moving forward, that we all can collaborate. And if there are issues, ma'am, especially if you are aware of other animals, especially that are being malnourished or anything that's going against, please let us know. Let me know. Let the Animal Service Committee know.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am. Okay, we can.
I have calls about them on my street.
okay, can I ask about these 2 dogs, please?
Loose, okay?
Yes,
They went
ma'am.
out there twice and gave them tickets for no food, no water.
Okay.
The dog is dead now.
Mm.
They should have took that dog. The dog was skin and bones, chained up in the backyard. Several times I've called about stuff. They do nothing.
Okay, and that's why, from this point on, I can't answer or attest to that, but what I can say is that we will make a collaborative effort for your answers and for your needs to be heard. And that is a promise.
I have a question for the veterinarian on these 2 dogs.
Don't you feel?
Yes, and actually, we have an Animal Services Committee meeting, which is open to the public. A lot of times, we become abreast of what's going on in the community when citizens attend those meetings. So if any of you would like to come and even express what's going on, or if you have a specific case that you know about, come and let us know then, because we can address it and be on it and not have the animal in waiting or being hurt. Because again, we want the best not only for the welfare of the animals, but also your safety being taken care of.
May I ask her, please, a
Yes.
question about these
We're
particular
gonna let you
dogs?
answer
These
ask the
particular
veterinarian
dogs.
about that question, then we're gonna end the
You said these
update
dogs
on
were in
this.
fair condition. Okay, for then the condition they are in. Would it not be in the best interest of these 2 dogs, since they are not in dire, going to die like tomorrow, to go to a rescue, to get out of that shelter? Because in that shelter environment, in their weakened condition, they are susceptible to so many things, to kennel cough, to parvo, to coccidia, to giardia, to everything that goes through a shelter. These dogs have that weakened immunity, so they are so much more susceptible to anything in their condition. So wouldn't it be best to let those dogs go to a rescue that will have them out of that facility, that will have them in an environment where they're not stressed, where they're not around all other sick animals, and they can get the proper veterinarian care every day?
What our attempt is to isolate them from the stray population. And to answer your question, it's always better for an animal to be in another environment than a shelter environment. However, having said that, I do want to say that what we're endeavoring to do is to bring these animals to the point where we can rescue them out, we can adopt them, so that it doesn't.
Those dogs are back in stray hold. I saw them this morning. They're out there with the strays.
The cold and they've been outside since they've been.
No, well, that's just great.
They're in a.
Everett, are the dogs inside or outside?
No, they're outside.
They're outdoors.
Saw 'em,
Those-
sorry.
no. even try and lie to me again.
But those two
Sir,
are,
you should
they are
not
inside.
manufacture lies.
Oh, I don't have to. I was at out there today.
Is she
out?
They're inside, they're outside.
Thank you.
I saw them this morning.
They're outside. They're outdoors in the weather right now, and this man has no problem lying to the public about what's going on with these dogs.
Calm down, we're gonna have to leave.